Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host, Patt Sun, and today we're going to be taking a look at r/relationship advice, where OP discovers that his wife was having an affair, despite him doing all the housework and doing his best to improve the relationship. My wife has been having an affair, and I'm broken. Posted by Reddit user ThrowRA What Do I Do 201. My wife and I got married in September 2018 after being together for 3 years. Right before our honeymoon, we bought a house together in Virginia, and after we got back, pulled our remaining money and time to completely redo her old starter home in Maryland and sold that in early 2019. We both work full-time jobs in Virginia. I make pretty good money. She makes even better money. My wife, let's call her Katie, decided to pursue an MBA and started last fall. She had an educational trust that her parents had started for her, and therefore didn't ask me for any financial assistance. However, because I saw how time-consuming the MBA was, on top of her already large professional workload, I took it upon myself to take care of everything related to our still relatively new home, including dealing with contractors, managing our bills, maintaining the house, taking care of our dog, purchasing and assembling furniture, yard work, cooking, cleaning, laundry, and hosting or entertaining her family that insisted on coming over at least 2 weekends every month. Lately, Katie had been unhappy with our relationship, complaining that I wasn't spending enough quality time with her and not making her feel wanted. I tried to argue several times that between her work and studies, and my work and home responsibilities, that there wasn't simply very much time to spend together in general. She would argue back that the things I was doing around the house were simply my responsibility as a husband, and that while she appreciated it, it didn't count towards me trying to maintain or build our relationship. We'd also been arguing a lot about other things, and combined with the lack of free time, would be intimate maybe once a month. But after one particularly emotional and drunken conversation, about 3 or 4 weeks ago now, I vowed that despite what I already thought was prioritizing her needs, that I would need to go even further. I began to take off work. I, unlike her, still had to go during COVID, or would go in late or leave early, stopped seeing friends, skipped workouts, and would even wait until she was occupied with something else just so that I could take a shower. Also, I could spend as much available time as possible with her between her obligations. As a result, things seemed to be slightly improving between us. And now we arrived at last Wednesday. As per usual, I was making dinner for both of us. We have a tablet in the kitchen that I primarily use for recipes. As I was finishing up, the tablet began pinging non-stop, and I checked out what was happening. As it turns out, the tablet is linked to her Google credentials, and I first saw an ongoing Hangouts conversation between Katie and a friend, discussing what to do about someone's wife, who had come to our house that day while I was at work. Scrolling through the conversation's history, I found more about Katie's lack of feelings for me, and the longing and dreaming to instead be with some guy, who we will call Luke. I'm physically shaking at this point. I decided to venture away from Hangouts and open her Gmail, where I found several emails, going as far back as March, between her and Luke calling each other babe, sweetheart, and my love. I'm unsure about what to do next. I first took screenshots of everything I could find, then stepped outside to call the only person with law experience that I knew, an executive at my company who I'd become friends with. He advised that I immediately confront her, but first, call someone to come over to the house to act as a witness, in case things become physical, or if she might later try to claim they did. So I had a friend come over in about 20 minutes. I confronted Katie and she confessed to the relationship and admitted that they had been intimate several times over the past 4 months, both at hotels and in our home. I'm completely distraught. I tried to maintain my composure and asked her to leave. She stayed at a hotel for 2 nights, then, despite my protest, came home on Friday, stating that this was her house too. She insisted on talking when she returned, and not having a witness this time. I decided to record the entire conversation on my phone. She tried to reiterate that she had been unhappy, but despite that, had been reaching out to her friends and mother about suggestions and resources she could use to help our relationship. She tried to tell me she made a mistake, that she had already broken it off with Luke a week ago, that I was the only person she wanted to spend her life with, and the only reason she hadn't told me about it was because her friends had advised her not to. She also said that if we truly loved each other, that divorce was a mistake, and that we would be able to get through anything. I replied that love is worthless without trust, and then said that if she insists on staying here, to please stay in the guest bedroom. Obviously, she could still use her home office and the guest bedroom, but to please stay out of our bedroom and bathroom, unless telling me first. So here I am, sitting in my house all alone with just my dog. My wife, her aunt, uncle, and cousins are currently at our neighbor's house for a barbecue. They don't know about what she did. I can't bear to go over there because I don't want to talk to or even look at Katie, much less pretend in front of a bunch of people that nothing happened. 90% of me wants to get a divorce, but despite her feelings, I was very happy with the life we were building. We have even considered having kids by this time next year. But no matter what I decide to do, what might end up happening if we proceed, I definitely want to talk to a few Virginia lawyers to protect myself. We only have one joint account with less than $20,000 in it, and the only asset we share is our house. Okay, so let's sum up the relationship with your wife a little bit. First, she doesn't appreciate your efforts to improve the relationship at all. Second, she expects you to do all the housework while she doesn't lift a finger because it's your quote-unquote responsibility as a husband. Third, she had the gall to complain that you don't have time for her despite the fact that you literally spend all of your free time catering for her every need. Number 4, she has friends that is encouraging her to have an affair. Number 5, she's willing to cheat on you without a second thought. And of course, number 6, despite all of that, all the lies and disrespect, you still want to build a life with this woman. No wonder she wants to spend the rest of her life with you, OP. You're like a free butler that not only treats her like a princess, but also pays half the bills. And as a bonus, she gets to sleep around with other men because she knows that you will just forgive her and take her sorry ass back. Is this really what you want, OP? To be someone's maid? To be a backup plan just in case her affair partner throws her away or doesn't want to get serious with her? To be disrespected repeatedly? Do you really think that she loves you after everything she's done? Don't get me wrong. It's great that you gathered evidence just in case that you need to cover your ass. But I want you to ask these questions, OP, and I need you to think really deep about your answers. Good luck, brother. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, make sure to subscribe to Patt Sun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.